Hey YouTube, it's been a while since I've actually posted a YouTube video to let you guys know what things have been going on. Right now, haven't had any thunderstorms, haven't had thunderstorms for a while, pretty much since the last time I made a video. But, that's because summer was not that great of summer, and now it's starting to get close to winter, and we've had more rain this fall than what we did in the summertime. However, that's not what the video is about. Um, the video is about something that I had recently acquired, something I've always wanted. And about 2 days ago, while at Salvation Army trying to find something to make as a costume for Halloween at the Halloween party at where I work, while I was searching, I already had most of my Halloween costume. I happened to be walking through the furniture, and there's something that caught my eye. What caught my eye was this big, long table. And at first I thought it was just a table. And I thought, wow, that's a big table. And then I looked at the back of it. At the back of it, I seen a cardboard type vent, like what you would see on most electronics. So I thought to myself, no way. It is not a big, old vintage radio like I was thinking. So my buddy that was with me, I had him come over and we cleared the top of the radio, or the table I should say, and noticed that there was a door on top. I opened up the door and you wouldn't believe what I found. I actually found an old Curtis Mathes radio. And I looked at the price on it and it was only $20. For probably about an hour at Salvation Army, I couldn't make up my mind what I wanted to do. Didn't really have the $20 to spend. It would have been saved for gas to get back and forth to work. But I ended up grabbing the extension cord from the electronics that they had wound up and was trying to sell for $1.50. I plugged it into the radio, and at first I was a little hesitant. I didn't want to plug it in. I was afraid if I plugged it in, I would have sparks flying, and just was not really wanting to do that. So there happened to be a guy that was standing by the outlet trying to test this fan that he was thinking about buying. So I handed him the plug, and since he was watching me look at the stereo, I said, "Do you want to do the honors?" And he explained, well, if I plug it in, the sparking's not going to happen at the outlet. The sparking would more likely happen at the stereo end. And, he proved a valid point. So he plugged it in, and when he plugged it in, I heard a doom, like something turning on, like with a hum. And when I heard the humming, I thought, that's not a good sound. So I went over to the radio and cranked up the volume, changed the balance to where it was on both speakers, and it actually, believe it or not, worked. That was just on the FM. I hadn't tried anything else. But when it turned on, I knew right away that it was sold. So I spent the $20 and waited a couple days till I can get my fiance's mom to let me borrow the van. So she let me borrow the van today after we did the Halloween thing at work, and I went and picked her up. And this is her right here. This would happen to be my Curtis Mathes console radio. As you can see, it's pretty big. I didn't expect it to be that big. I thought, what a beauty. And, I've already powered it up a couple times. I was going to wait to do a first power up while doing this video, but my phone was nearly dead, and of course that's how I'm doing my recording. I've already pulled the speaker cover on the back. As you can see, the front of it is pretty decent. I mean, it still has some cosmetic. Up there you see some cosmetic damage. Right there, if you look, you'll see part of one of the feet in the back is just sitting there. And that I'm going to end up fixing myself. But the speaker covers on both ends are in perfect shape. There's no tears. You can tell that it's had its use and it's been taken care of, though. I did pull the back speakers back, the cover off. I noticed that there was two speakers here speaker up there, and this big, huge woofer down on the bottom. So in total, there's 4 speakers. 4, not 2. 4. And it's beautiful. I've done a lot of playing with her. It's plugged in right now. I'm still a little hesitant of leaving her plugged in continuously, but that's until I can get to the chassis, get it taken apart, look and see what type of capacitors are in there. If it's paper caps, they are going to have to get replaced. This would actually be my first type of vintage repair, so I'm a little hesitant. I've been going on the internet, reading on how you could read wire schematics and things like that, trying to figure out the symbols. I guess I'm coming along a little okay, but I'm still new at this kind of stuff. It's just I've always been fascinated in these things, and I figured I at least can get a hold of one. While we're here, I will turn around. As you can see, there she is. My shadow's in the way. It's a Curtis Mathes. Has the turntable. It looks like it's one of the disc changing type. I know there's a specific way you call it. Like I said, I'm still new at these kind of things. She's a little uneven. As you can see, it's not quite squared. That's just minor. I can fix that. I can adjust the screws. It does have the springs like most turntables do have. It spins freely. There's no seized up speed. It can run 78, 45, 33, and 16. It's off right now, and it's manual and auto. At first I was confused because I've always seen on YouTube that the volume control is actually the on and off. That's not the case on this specific one. The on and off is this one, which is the entertainment selector. It also has the tuning eye, which does work. It has stereo, FM, AM. It says on here that part of the entertainment is TV. The thing is, this thing does not have a TV, so I'm guessing that this was a chassis that had the option of having a TV put in, which I'm not worried about that. I don't need a TV. That's my TV. I know it's a mess because I got the stuff cleared out of the way to get this in here. My room is a mess. I do need to clean it. But we'll go ahead and power her up. We'll put her into FM. There is quite a bit of a nice pop sometimes. Like right now, it's still warming back up. The tuning eye is not completely on. There you go. She's on. Give her a minute to warm up. As you can, I don't know if you can hear in the video, but I can hear it. There's a nice little hum. And, that's something that I was always told that is actually known with vacuum tube radios, that there's going to be a hum. But right now, she's probably warmed up. If I switch over to AM, there's quite a bit of audible pop. I don't know if that means that there's capacitors that need to be replaced. The reason being, I'm not sure, is that we'll walk over here. I know I got a mess. There's all my tools. A lot of original paperwork came with it. That's something that completely caught me off guard. I didn't expect that. Not at all. But inside, which was sitting right here, there was a receipt for repair. It says Thames Appliance and TV. It was here in Midland, which I found at the Midland Salvation Army. If you look, everything's crossed off because the person crossed their name off. But if you see 32092, and I'm guessing that was a repair, and it says console stereo. I found the service manual. The thing is I don't think this is really exactly to this chassis. If you look, you'll see fixed. And it says 33G8 radio chassis. I have not been able to find much on the internet yet. It's going to take me some time to figure it out. There's the amplifier, power output. 10 watts peak each channel. Frequency response is 30 to 20,000 cycles per second. Distortion is less than 2% at 10 watts. Hum and noise less than 1 out of 100,000 or 10,000 of average speaker sound level. It even tells you how to remove the chassis from the cabinet. And it tells you about the FM tuner, range 88 to 100. Or not 100. Looks like 1,000 something. I can't really tell. As you can see, it's a little worn off. Age. Tells you a whole bunch of good stuff. It tells you multiplex alignment. So it tells you what you're required, which is pretty cool. That's something I'm not really worried about. It's still on. I haven't shut her back off. She's humming. That's all I'm worried about. I don't have sparks flying. It tells you alignment procedures for the AM stages. You go over here, FM stages. The two complement, it would be my guess. It tells you pretty much every type of tube. It tells you the schematic reference. Same right here with the capacitors. It tells you silver, mica, tubular, ceramic, silver, mica, non-polar is electrolytic, silver, mica, there's a lot of ceramics. That's pretty cool. As far as I know, a lot of these ceramics, silver, micas, tubular, well, I'm not too sure about the tubular, but I know the silver, mica, ceramics, and the non-polarized electrolytic are, I guess you can go to Radio Shack and just get those new ones that you see nowadays. I don't know. I'd have to do my research, but here's the wiring schematic. That's for the multiplex. This is see page 10 for multiplex drawing. Never mind. That tells you the schematic diagram. I was really shocked to see that. Here's another schematic reference. Or another parts of the schematic tells you the reference, value, type. Like I said, most of the stuff I'm still learning. It tells you electrolytic. Yeah, you know, I'm just really cool to see that. Here's all the resistors. It's just really nice. I'm glad that I have found something like this. Here is the service manual for that, but it's two different versions. According to the operator's manual, which I have, there's two different versions. There's the CM Super, which is this one that's on this page, and there's the CM Custom, which I have. And it tells you all the service on this. You know, I thought that was pretty nice to see. I know there's a staple in the way. Tells you operating instructions to change the cycle. The only problem is I didn't find a wiring schematic in this. I don't think it has one. I have not been able to see any type of wiring schematic. I don't know if it's missing. I don't think it is. I even have that, which is the spindle assembly, which you will see right on there right now. Everything that goes to this stereo is here. And I was shocked to find that, especially at the Salvation Army. And, you know, like a lot of vintage people that I follow on YouTube, they've said you'll be shocked at things that you find. And, you know, they're right. They are right. But, as you can see, the tuning eyes right there. We'll go ahead and crank the volume up a little. I gotta be quiet because I live in a house where there's other people. And we share the house. This station's coming in, but it's not coming in at stereo, which is not a big deal. But you can hear her. She's working. Which, like I said, I was shocked. Just really shocked that it actually worked. I would test the turntable, but my fiance is the one that has all the records, so got to get demo from him. Try getting those. This is going to be a project for us to clean up here next summer because it's almost winter. It's not going to make sense to try cleaning it during the winter, because we'd have to take it outside and do things outside. And this is 104 FM. I'm actually surprised it's coming in. Usually, like, on my home theater system that's at a friend's house, I got a different one right there, a Dura brand. But my friend has my other home theater system, and the FM radio on there can't even pick that up. We'll go ahead and try a different station. I turn her down a little bit because she does get a little staticky, but that's normal. I think you can see the tuning eye. It's like telling me that I'm nearly right on the station. Right there, I'm right on the station. It will go in stereo once I get my butt away from it. Oh wow. She didn't go in stereo that time. That's odd. Let's see if I can pick a station that will go on. God, I can't. It was going in stereo earlier. Huh. See, like I said, I think it does have some issues. Like earlier, it was going in stereo. Now it's not. I was switching it back and forth earlier from AM to FM. There it is. The light was out. Alright, let's switch it back to FM. There we go. I might have to replace that bulb. Well, like you see right now, it's telling me I'm right on the station. Stereo's on. That's FM AC. Here's regular FM. That's odd. I go to FM AC, or AFC. I don't know exactly what that means, but it says I'm right on the station. Go to FM. Doesn't say I'm right on the station, but I'm sure if I adjust it. There we go. We're right on the station now. But yep, stereo lights on. Tuning eye. That's my number one favorite thing there is seeing that tuning eye. It went out, which it's supposed to, because I'm not in a station that's stereo. If I back up, yeah, it still didn't do it. That's weird. Like I said, I know it has some issues. Tuning eye says I'm nearly on the station. Like I said, she does have some type of issues. But she's old, what do you expect? And this is out of Oscoda. I don't even know how I'm picking up the station all the way from Oscoda. Oh, this is coming out of Mount Pleasant. Never mind, it's Central Michigan University. Light went out again. It's funny, I have to switch it to AM and then the stereo light comes on. I do think it might have a small short somewhere. Which isn't a big deal. I'll take her apart, look through there, see if I can find something. I'm trying to find my Christian radio station. That's my Christian station. This should be Family Life Radio. Trying to think what family rating it's like 97.7 or something like that. And as you can see, she's not really off on the dial. The dial's pretty right on. It's going to get dark in here in a minute because I'm going to turn off the lights. I want to show you guys the inside of the chassis. I can do that right now before I turn her off, the lights off, to show the inside with the tubes. But she's already radiating quite a bit of heat. I can feel it just getting down. But there's the inside of her. You can see the tubes all lit up. I'm not going to touch it because I've never, these are still a little new to me. I've always wanted a vacuum tube operated light, or radio, excuse me. And I'm really thrilled that I finally got one. I mean, you can see nearly every tube lit up. The only thing that I'm confused about, which I don't have a light on my phone to show you, but right back here on the turntable, there's actually a tube in there coming right off the full resistors, capacitors, and diodes, and it has two audio ports, a red and white, that are plugging into the thingy-mabob, the turntable, but you can't see. It's dark back here. If I had a flashlight, I could show you guys, but I don't. That's my fault. I like the big, huge train dial wheel. That's really cool. I like that. I can't tell what type of tuner it is. I really can't, to be honest. I do see that there's quite a bit of solder just right in one spot. But, you know, like I said, she's already radiating quite a bit of heat. And the thing is, like I said, it's been repaired in '92. So it's probably, now that it's almost 2012, that's almost 20 years. That it probably could use a recapping. So that's probably something I will try doing once I get a little bit of money saved up. And here's the big transformer block. Like I said, I don't have a light, so you can't see her. But I've already pulled the speaker cover off. I was shocked to see how many speakers. And I just built to prove why they say that Curtis Mathes is a great brand. I mean, it would be nice if they had a lifetime warranty on them, but, you know, Curtis Mathes isn't around much anymore. I mean, they have a website, and from what I know, they do make new stuff, but the stuff that they make is not their branded stuff anymore. It's not the same anymore. This is the antenna. I'm guessing this is the FM antenna, but there's this big, long coil in here. And I'm guessing that would be the AM antenna. I'm not sure. I still have to look at the schematic, get things figured out. But, you know, quite glad to see all these vacuum tubes lit up and working. It's not something you see every day. However, it does look like there's one vacuum tube that's not lit up. And she's right there. I mean, she might have a faint glow, but not like I would like to see. So I don't know. I'm not going to just start tearing this thing apart just yet. I still got to learn some things. But, you know, I'm really glad that I got a hold of a piece of equipment like this. I will keep you guys posted on it, though. We're going to find out and learn some more things. Fix it up. Still works. Don't bother tearing it apart, but he doesn't understand me. I do see like two vacuum tubes that don't look like they're lit up, but I almost came close to that wire. It's a speaker wire. I do see a couple tubes that aren't lit up, but they probably are faintly lit up. Oh yeah, it's lit up. It's just it's more lit up to the bottom than to the top. And I'm afraid to touch the chassis though, because I do know that some chassis are a live chassis. which means the chassis is providing power. And the reason why I said I'm a little scared of it is I see some bare wires that are touching onto the chassis. So that's why I'm afraid that it might actually be a live chassis. But, you know, it's a great find. I'm glad to hear the quality. She's been on just before I turned it on for you guys. She had already been on for a half hour, and I was playing with her before making the video because I needed to let my phone charge. It's charged now. But there she is, guys. My new piece of equipment, Curtis Mathis. I still can't figure out what year she was built. I went through everything. I do not see a manufacturing date of any type on it. But I might be able to figure out because there was this thing, and it had that. And it's a whole bunch of punched holes in a card. It looks like it was taped on back of the board. So, but it looks on here, it shows the model, which is 4OM203. Serial is 259 something. This piece of tape is in the way, and I'm afraid, yeah, see, it's a piece of wood. So I can't really take it off. I might be able to get it off. I think I'm just going to leave it because I'm afraid that I might rip this. I still can't figure out what all these holes are. I mean, it says description. It says printed in USA, Univac. I don't know what that means. Really, I don't. Like I said, I'm still new at all this. But, you know, I'm really glad to see this. Tells you the rate of the watts. There's half. I'm guessing that's what that means. Half, 3/4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then there's 9. Or it might be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So since 1 and 2, I just thought she cut out for a second. So 1 and 2 marked together. So I'm guessing that's 1 plus 1, which is 2. So I'm thinking that's like 6. I don't know. I don't know. This thing's really confusing. I'm still new at this stuff. So, anyways, there she is. Like I said, there she is. It's time for me to get done with the video. It's already been like a half hour that I recorded this. I'm surprised I hadn't had any of my housemates knocking on the door saying, hey, you're being too loud. So, I am going to put her back on her, shut her down. She's going over there. She's perfect length for that. So, but you guys take care of yourselves. Like I said, I have a lot of questions in here. I'm still learning. If I come up with something to ask you guys, especially some of your vintage radio people, just give me a response. So, in the meantime, have a good night. Take care of yourselves. And I guess sleep tight. Out.